यार, why does everyone keep talking about the future? इतना डरते क्यों है लोग फ्यूचर से? टीचर ने बोला मैथ्स नहीं पढ़ोगे तो फ्यूचर कैसे बनाओगे? फ्रेंड्स कहते हैं हाइट शॉट मतलब नो फ्यूचर. फ्यूचर हाइट देख के आता है क्या? एनीवे, आई डिसाइडेड आई राइट विथ माई लेफ्ट बट आई विल बी अ राइट हैंडेड बॅट्समन. सबने बोला लेफ्टी आहे लेफ्टी रहे, फ्यूचर मत बिगाड. पण मला हाच स्टान्स आवडतो. ग्रिप तो सही रहा, स्ट्रेट ड्राइव भी सही लगा, and I will get better at it. I will practice and practice and practice. I am not afraid of the future.
Don't fear the future. Prepare for it. With a range of life insurance plans from AGS Federal Life Insurance.
Welcome to this edition with somebody who has now been invested upon big time by the Gujarat Titans. What does that mean for Lockie Ferguson? Responsibility, added responsibility, clearly a real star in the making with his pace and guile, the way he's performed. How does he look at this challenge in this upcoming edition of the IPL? To talk all about it with me, Lockie Ferguson. Lockie, welcome. Welcome and thank you very much for joining me.
Hi, thanks very much for having me on.
So when the bid goes up and up to Indian money 10 crores and you follow that, what does that mean for a player?
Look, obviously it's very exciting, I think, to be, bid on by as many teams as I did. It's exciting. I think I've had 4 years at the IPL and, I've had some great times, of course, with last year, going all the way to the final with KKR. So, I'm very excited for a new challenge with a new franchise, new leadership. But we've obviously got some world beaters in our side, so I think we're set up for a good competition.
And what is also important is whenever a new franchise comes in this case, the Gujarat Titans, it's very important to be there from the start, right? Because then you can shape the franchise, contribute to its culture. It's a very exciting development in that sense. How do you look at that?
100%. I think anytime that you get the opportunity to be part of a new franchise, you're part of the very beginning, and exactly as you said, you decide what the culture is, what kind of team we are going to be, and also how we're going to play the game of cricket. But I think, to be fair, if you look around the other teams, because of the mega auction, there's been such a big spread out of players, moving of players. So I think a lot of teams sort of starting more or less from the beginning as well with this year's IPL.
Correct. And in your case, to go back to your team, the Gujarat Titans, I mean, when you look at that squad, and I've got it right in front, there's Hardik, you, Shubman, David Miller, some Matthew Wade, some serious talent there. Serious talent. How do you look at the overall squad, Lockie? It's got pace, Mohammad Alzari Joseph, Mohammad Shami. It's got spin. It's got quality batters, quality, in every sense, it's a solid team. How do you look at the squad?
Yeah, I think it's a phenomenal squad. I think the support staff have done an excellent job at pulling together a team that looks fantastic on paper, but as well with having played against them a lot, they're all really good blokes as well who want to work really hard towards winning each game of cricket, enjoying their time together, which is obviously very important in building that team culture, and of course, hopefully striving for that finals day. But I'm really excited. I leave in about 10 days or so excited just to get over and be amongst the team and see what kind of plans we have set up for the season, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun along the way.
And when you have somebody like, say, Mohammad Shami at the other end to back you up, international experience, so much of success at the international level, also somebody like an Ashish Nehra, who I had the opportunity of speaking to, when you have somebody, as part of the coaching staff and as head coach, does that help as a fast bowler to have such interlocutors to talk to exchange ideas?
Oh, 100%. I think Mohammad Shami's had some of his best games, unfortunately, against the Black Caps. So I know all too well how good a player he is. But he shows up every game and he seems to be able to be a robot-like player in terms of hitting his Yorker. But of course, he's so dangerous up front. So to have that experience at the other end, a guy who's played for India for such a long period of time and continues to grow his game and want to be a better player, is going to be fantastic. So looking forward to learning a lot about how he plays cricket in India and hopefully learning off him to try and improve my game when I play over there in India. But certainly it builds a lot of confidence in me knowing that I've got a bowling partner at the other end. And of course, you can't talk about our team without talking about the likes of Rashid Khan with the way he goes about his business. So excited to get to know him a lot better. But I think the list goes on amongst our team. Hardik Pandya is one of those superstars I've always wanted to play alongside, and I always quite like it when I'm not having to bowl to him. So it'll be fun getting skippered by him through this competition. But yeah, certainly once we get amongst each other in the next few weeks, it'll be great.
Lockie, now come to pace. You means 150 Ks. That is a rare quality. If I look around the cricket world at the moment, I can hand count the number of people who are able to bowl at 150 kilometers. However good you are, and everyone tells me this, 150K will rattle batsmen. Talk to me how important pace is for somebody like Lockie Ferguson. And to be able to consistently do that over a period of time, 4 years, 5 years, is incredible. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, look, I think I've always had a love for bowling quick. My older brother probably was the one who really started my passion for it, because he was a very quick bowler and I just wanted to be faster than him. So it sort of started there, and then certainly as I've played and got further, I've realised that I had this, I guess, talent to bowl slightly quicker than most. I wasn't always a big swing bowler, so certainly the pace, extra pace, was a part of my game that I've continued to work at and try to develop. But as I've got through and further into my career, it's one of those things that you've got to work extremely hard at. As you said, it's not an easy thing to do for long periods of time. So putting in the work in the gym, looking after your body, making sure you get rest when you can, and then you're sort of all guns blazing when it comes to game time. So yeah, it's not an easy road, but I do love it, and certainly getting in front of sellout crowds, which I'm not sure what the crowds will be like this year at the IPL, but certainly the IPL crowds of the past I've played in front of have given me that sort of extra bit of electricity to bowl a bit quicker. So yeah, looking forward to obviously playing in Mumbai and Pune, notoriously good places for quick bowling, so it should be exciting.
Yeah, you've actually given me two of my next questions. One, you mentioned fitness, for a fast bowler, because it's against the very norm of the human body to be able to bowl 150. So how important is, that whole drill of sports science, fitness cult? And can you give me a sense of how Lockie Ferguson trains to be able to maintain that level of fitness to be able to bowl 150? That's question number one. And secondly, Mumbai, Pune, Wankhede we know for pace. We know Pune, you will get that pace. So clearly that should stand you in good stead for your team, the Gujarat Titans, coming into this season of the IPL.
Yeah. Yeah, so to your first question, I think every bowler is very different. I've obviously spoken to and been fortunate enough to play with a lot of different bowlers from around the world, and every bowler goes about it differently. But certainly for me, a big part is maintaining my strength. In my mind, I can create the sort of energy to bowl quick, but where you get into problems is where it's not inefficient or your body can't handle the power and the pressure that's going through your joints and your back. So doing a lot of work in the gym to build strength, mostly in my legs. Stretching is a key part, but also I think it's important for young fast bowlers is to know when you've bowled too much and keep an idea of how many overs you're bowling each week. And the best way I can kind of explain it is that if you were to go and run a marathon, you wouldn't start tomorrow and just run 42K. You'd build up over a period of time and try to allow your body to adapt to that. And it's kind of similar to bowling, where we wouldn't just go from no cricket for 6 months and then try to bowl 30 in a week. Of course, you're going to break. So trying to find that balance, I guess, between bowling loads, monitoring, and making sure that you sort of stay at an even amount of overs per week. But then, of course, giving yourself time to rest. Because it does take a toll on the body, but also it's one of the greatest things to do in cricket. I absolutely love it. So it's certainly worth the pain, and you do get injuries along the way, but it's certainly worth it in the end.
All the very best to you. So, be safe. Have a great IPL. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers. Appreciate it.